Hey there. I'm gonna get this lined up first. Okay. It's just gonna do. It's gonna do. So I'm gonna just break this. I'm gonna get into this really, really quick today because I allowed myself a little bit of TLC this morning, and I think that's really important to allow yourself some TLC. I stayed in bed until about 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and I went to bed last night and I was doing some training and I was listening to some talks and did a meditation, did some journaling, and fell asleep with my journal on my lap. So now we're gonna get interrupted. I have people coming in. So I think she's here for coffee, but I don't have any coffee. You're gonna have to steal coffee from your brother. I have to go to the grocery store, dear. Sorry. I love you. Everybody knows I don't have coffee. I drank the last cup of coffee just now. And my daughter just came over to get coffee. Yep. But grocery store is on the list for today. Hey, good morning, Mika. Morning. Awesome. Morning, Lucy. Morning, Steve. Morning, Ronnie. So yeah. So I just allowed myself some TLC and just not, I did not get up in that normal rush that I can get into. And the whole theme of the last few days definitely has been this emphasis on taking things out of life that's really not needed, that's not required, that doesn't serve a purpose other than to cause chaos and stress and overwhelm and all these different things. And to, how does that really expand and open up your world? So this morning I was laying in bed and I'm doing a whole bunch of journaling. I probably journaled like 5 pages this morning, which is that's awesome. I love it when I get into that mood where I'm just journal, and I'm just writing down all the things that I want to call into my life, all the things that I want to keep proclaiming from my life, and just really keeping it focused. And as I was sitting there, it kind of came to me that, through this last little process, a lot of the stuff that I've been doing is just a lot of release work, a lot of clearing stuff out that no longer serves me. It's not that it's not good stuff. Some of it is really good stuff. Some of it I have been doing for the last 10, 15 years. Some of it I've been doing for the last 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years. And it's been powerful and really, really great. But when we become out of alignment when it is no longer serving us, then it starts to hinder us. It starts to cause this constriction in our world. And it can be as simple as just different, little things that we're doing on a day-to-day basis, which is what it is for me. There's different things that I have tried to implement, and I was test driving because somebody that I follow, somebody that I look up to, a mentor, a fellow coach, a good friend that has this going on for her or that going on for her, and I'm just like, oh wow, I want that. All right, what is she doing? What is he doing, right? So I went in and I started trying to adapt different people's things to my life, and what ended up happening was I lost some of my foundational practices. So I started to try to implement all this other stuff to see if any of it was really in alignment to me. And I lost some of my foundational practices. What ended up happening, very interesting, I always say I use myself as a test subject, as a science project. But what I ended up finding out was that as I was adapting these other things into my life that wasn't even mine because they looked good, they sounded good, they were so pretty, it was blinging over there, right? So let's try that. And I started losing the things that were coming from my core, coming from my spirit and keeping me in spiritual alignment, which also meant was keeping me in nutritional alignment, was also keeping me, in abundance alignment, was also keeping my relationships more aligned, all these different things. As I started to lose the core foundational things that I had going, that my soul was saying, this is for you, guess what happened? I started to see this ripple effect of things just kind of changing and not being exactly what I wanted. Some of it was shrinking down. Some of it was getting diluted and just wasn't as purposeful, as deep as what I wanted it to be, as powerful as what I wanted it to be. So here I am showing up, doing all these things that I thought was so important. And what I was actually doing was constricting myself in different ways. So the last few days, I've been really examining what are the things that I have started to practice in my life and bring into my world that's not really of my soul, that's not really of my alignment. And as I focus in on that and I ask myself with each little practice, with each thing that comes to me, I go, does this really feel true and good to me? Does this really make me feel happy? Does this really turn me on? Does this really, ignite me, support me the way I need to be supported, the way I need to be ignited? If I come back with like constriction in my body or frustration, fear, different things, or just kind of like a dull sensation, then I know that practice, that thing that I've been playing with is no longer needed to be played with. It's something just to put down and just, maybe it's a tool. I can use it for somebody else. I can say, hey, maybe you should try this. Maybe you should try that. But leaning toward the things that are really truly in my soul alignment. When I get rid of one of those things that's not in soul alignment and I come back and I go, what should actually be there? Or maybe nothing should be there. Maybe there should just be space here. What's wrong with just having a little bit of space? Hold on just a second. Hi, Lucy, Nega. Thank you for pointing me towards Louise. Hey, this girl is getting back to her core and getting back in self-alignment. Absolutely, yeah. Louise, hey, she is absolutely wonderful. Her book, all on healing yourself and paying attention to the emotional, connections to the things that ail us and how, just right down to like, if we're constantly getting hurt, like I can be a total klutz some days. And it's because I'm out of alignment. It's because I'm not listening to my soul and I'm trying to step out on myself consistently. And as soon as I get back in alignment, it's like I have the luck of the Irish, you could say, right? Because I'm just constantly, nothing can touch me almost, but it's because of soul alignment, where when you're not in soul alignment, all this different chaos keeps coming to you. So when you have that chaos coming at you, realize that is just a message from soul saying, get your butt back in alignment, get your butt back in alignment. Lucy, how do you deal with things that make you feel amazing in the moment, but challenging in hindsight? And that's actually, Lucy, that's exactly what got this whole thing started, is I've been paying attention to different things that I was saying yes to, because I always want to be a yes to things that are new to me, that are explorative, that are expansive, that kind of make me go, ooh, a little bit, right? To push myself, to expand myself out. So I really quickly, I go, all right, does this feel good? Is it really truly like, yes, and it's a turn on in that moment? So I go, okay, yeah, I'll do that. Or yes, let's get together. And it can be as simple as that. I am also, in the same turn, I can be one of the flakiest people on the planet. And anybody who knows me knows this of me. It's kind of like that running joke of that I'm really stink at the clock, because I'll tell you that I'll be back in an hour and it'll take me 5 hours to get back, because I get very caught in where I'm at and what I'm doing and who I'm with. I'm very present in the moment. And if things are really moving and energy's there, then I'm going to hang out until the energy is there. And here's where my point is coming back to you, Lucy, is that once the energy is not there, I shift. I drop it. I can drop something like a hot potato and I just don't look back at it. There are, of course, those different feelings where I go, oh, did you overreact or something like that? And it is that the dealing with it is to realize that what might be good right now in this moment may not be serving us in 6 months from now. It may not be serving us in 6 minutes from now. But to just realize that if it's serving you in the moment and it feels good in the moment, get what you are supposed to out of it. Really like lean in, feel, learn, expand, remember, grow from it. Really suck up that experience, get that good tasting of it. And if it's supposed to be something that is supposed to stick with you, then it's going to keep delivering, okay? And there's going to be this dance there. Now, it's not always just deliver, where you just receive. Sometimes you're going to have that ebb and that flow, just like with any relationship, because everything is about relationship. There's always an ebb and a flow, right? So realize that you are doing this dance, this ebb and the flow with whatever it might be. But if you tend to ebb way the heck out here, and you get out here and you're kind of like, okay, hey, I actually feel better out here than when I was close to this, okay? And I see this a lot with with our choices around relationship. I see it a lot with our choices around career. I do it a lot with my workshops and my things that I plan. I plot and I scheme out my whole year. I plan my whole year of workshops and ideas, and I get all these creative ideas and I write them out. And I get into it and I'm like, that's a great title and this is a great concept and people really need this and oh my gosh, this was so powerful to me here and I want to share this and I want to share that and blah, 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 blah. And then I set it out there, and 3 months down the road, I finally make it to the day, right, where I'm going to launch it. And I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to really, really share it. And I built on it, and then I sit down and I look at it and it's just, bleh. It's just like, and I was like, yeah, I'm not feeling this anymore. Like, I'm not feeling it. But I put so much, somebody's calling me, hold on. I put so much into it on that front side that what happened was it activated other things inside of me. And that's what you're going to find with anything, is that when we say yes to something and then it shifts for us, look at the other things it's other doorways that it's opened up, the other possibilities that it's brought to us, the things that has taught us and opened us up to and activated within us. Because that's what its purpose is in the moment. So just you have to kind of go, all right, it served its purpose and now it's time to let this go. Just let it go and move forward. I hope that answered your question. What else do you have here? Your souls tell you that at that time it's good and fine, but then you get buyer's regret. Well, yeah, you can definitely get buyer's regret. Remember that some of the buyer's regret initially on that front side, you have to kind of tap in and ask yourself, is this true? Am I really truly feeling this? Or what am I fearing here? What is the hold back? Am I leaning back into an old set point? Am I leaning into something that my ego is trying to sell me? Because ego does not like change. Ego wants to hold us in this pretty little container and keep us right here, but that's not how life works. We're always expanding, growing, and changing. And our ego just doesn't like that because there's too much potential for us to get hurt in different ways. So the ego tries to keep us safe. And just remember that. That's what your ego is. It is a massive ass, big protective German Shepherd, Doberman Pinscher sitting there going, no, 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 putting fear into you, preventing you from doing some of the things that you need to do to expand and grow. So you have to come back and you have to go, okay, is my protector, my ego, just being a little hypersensitive in this moment? Is this something that really is good for me, positive for me? Like, dig below the ego, get past the fear, get past the old programs, and you have to ask yourself repeatedly, is this true? Is this really truly how I feel about it? And learn the body language, what your body is actually trying to say to you, because you're going to feel different things in different spots. So if you feel a lot of constriction, I always go back to the heart chakra, because I think that we carry a lot in our chest and in our heart area, emotionally speaking, because we've all been pained in our heart a lot by different relationships and letdowns and abandonment and all this stuff. So we hold a lot of fear, a lot of regret right here in our chest, and this is where we'll feel a lot of constriction. So we'll feel a lot of constriction when we say yes to something, and then we get this buyer's remorse going, and then we feel constriction around stuff. And when we feel that constriction around stuff, then you have to come back and go, is this true that this is around this subject, or am I actually feeling into something from the past? Am I like dragging my suitcase up and opening it up and going through the memory books of crap that, is not present in the current moment? Because if you get really present in the current moment, what you're going to find out is that most of the feelings that you're having is just old stuff coming up, and we're revisiting that old stuff. So you then have that choice of either accessing that and pulling that energy back up with you, so bringing that low vibration back into your current moment, or recognizing for what it is and saying, oh, that's that from, this is actually stemming from this blah, 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 blah from 5 years ago. This is not happening right now. So in that right there, that recognition, you can go, I forgive myself for making those choices right there. That was a beautiful learning experience. I really got a lot out of that learning experience. But right now in this moment, everything is really groovy. It's really great. Man, this is a fantastic opportunity. Man, this is really, really great. Blah, blah, blah. And release, forgive, and love the past, and elevate yourself right now in the moment, because you have to remember that if you re-anchor something from your past in your current moment, you can be flying up here vibrationally speaking. You can be like, woo, like that. And if you allow one of those negative little ego thoughts to kind of pop in and go, boom, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go from here down to here in about a half a second. And it has nothing to do with the current moment. It has everything to do with something from your past that you just re-anchored in your current moment and brought your vibration down. Which brings me back to my point, was that the release work. to do that release work and to really recognize. And some of the things that I've been seeing with clients and self is that if you want to keep high vibration, and what high vibration can really truly mean is to have a little bit more open space in your life, not to fill everything. Don't think that every single space in your life has to be filled with something. There is great beauty in having openness and expansion and allowing yourself to sit in an empty room, you could say, in different areas of your life, to access different parts of yourself, to get more clarity on who you are. Because you have to realize that if you don't have clarity, then you're never going to succeed at anything. You must have clarity in order to achieve whatever it is that you are wanting to strive for. And when we fill our world with so much chaos and so many different things, and we're over here and we're over here and we're over here and we're over here and we're all the time doing all this different stuff, there's zero space for clarity. So you have to be able to actually focus to clear that space, which means that sometimes you have to say goodbye to things, or you have to say, hey, time out. I need a moment. I need a moment. A lot of people in my life have kind of gotten, or they are getting used to different spaces where I go, I'm going to just take the day. Like, I need today to just go do me. And it's not that I've, fallen out of love, you could say, with whatever I had planned for the day, or going and doing something fun with somebody, or even hanging out with my kids, or really digging my head in and doing, a bunch of work stuff. It's just that sometimes you have to step back and you have to clear that space and allow yourself just a day of rest, you could say. And we stink at that day of rest. And rest can look so different for so many of us, right? This morning, I allowed myself to sleep in. Right? I allowed myself to sleep in. Then I got up, I got my coffee. I went, oh, I should go do morning conscious coffee. And then I went, yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not in alignment to it right this very second. So F conscious coffee for right now. I'm getting my coffee. I'm going back to bed. I'm going to write in my journal. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And I was bouncing on Instagram in the middle of my journaling. And then I had this moment where I beat myself up for bouncing onto Instagram. And I was like, why are you beating yourself up for bouncing onto Instagram? Like, you posted some pictures, you made some new contacts, you did this. It felt good. It felt good. I didn't spend an hour on Instagram. What I did was I just spent like 5 minutes, right? I said, boom, 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 check this out, check that out, posted this, did that. And I felt good. And I was like, oh, and now I'm done here. Close that, did other things, got my journaling done. And then as I was sitting there, I was like, okay, now I feel more centered. I feel a message coming through. I feel more in alignment. So now I'm going to get my butt up. I'm going to throw some clothes on, brush my teeth, get another cup of coffee, grab these awesome little Brazilian cheese breads that a client brought me last night, and warm those up and just go and do my conscious coffee and let it flow. Trust in the alignment. But here's the thing. If I had been on here 2 hours ago, I could have done a talk for everybody. I could have shared a message, guaranteed, because that's just the way I fucking roll. Because I just get on and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm talking about. I have no idea until I sit down. I sit here and I go, what's the message, Lord? What's the message? And whatever comes out of my fingertips, typing is exactly what you guys get. I don't know until I end up typing it. And then I'm like, okay, well, we're going to see what flows through. But in order for it to flow through, there has to be space for the flow to actually be accessed and be able to come through. If my channel was full of a bunch of other stuff that was getting in the way, then the message wouldn't come through. There would not be flow there. I wouldn't be able to just lean in and speak whatever needs to come out and share and communicate and connect and answer questions and do that and have a certain vibration level to share with everybody. I'd be going, oh, yeah, well, I really don't. Oh, what is the message? I really don't know what the message is. Yeah, and you probably see this ditzy, stupid person that doesn't know her head from her butt in those moments and could not even pull a word up to be able to access good communication to share a proper message with you and to talk about what I love to talk about, which is vibration and energy and connection and relationship. I'm really just going out there and having that prosperous, beautiful, fuck yes life in all areas of our world, right? Because that's, I think, what we were all born for. We're born to thrive. We're born to live. We're born to really be awake and vibrant and living, not just existing and getting through our day and to pay our bills. I mean, yeah, we got to pay our bills, but is that what we're here for? Is that what we're truly here for? Are we here to experience? Are we here to really taste all of life and what it has to offer, and really get in there and savor every little moment of it. And that's what I truly believe that we're here for. And so many people on this planet, we just don't get the opportunity to do it because we allow ourselves to be constricted and out of soul alignment and vibrating very, very low and just paying our bills, paying our bills, paying our bills, paying our bills. We wake up in the morning and we go to work and we go home and we watch a little bit of TV. We watch the news, which has a whole bunch of reports of negativity on there, and it puts us in a bad mood. And then we go to bed and we sleep like crap, and then we get up and we skip breakfast and we do this and we do that, and we're not taking care of our physical body. We're taking care of our mental body or our emotional body, and we're sure the heck not in soul alignment. We're just surviving our day. And then we go, oh God, thank goodness it's Friday. It's 5 o'clock. Let's go grab a drink. Let's go grab a drink. Let's go watch the game. Let's go do this. Ooh, I got holiday coming up. I got vacation coming up. I'm really going to be happy when July 22nd rolls around and I can go on this vacation. I'm really going to be happy when my vacation days get extended out again and I can go and do this. Oh man, maybe I should take some time off. Maybe I should call in sick today and I should just veg out on the couch. Man, I really need to get some yard work done. I really need blah, blah, blah. We live like that. We do not live on purpose. We do not live thriving. We don't live like in the state that we really were meant to live because we're completely stepping away from soul alignment. We're not doing the internal work. What I was just talking about, does this feel good? And letting ourselves let certain things go to create that space. And here's the big reality on that, guys, is that we tend to look at that space and we go, whew, that space is a little scary because there's nothing there. What do I do with nothing? What do I do with nothing? Well, out of nothing comes everything. Greatness can come from that space of nothing. You have to have that clear, open field to be able to plant something amazing in. So clear your fields, plant some amazing shit, go out there, live a thriving life, an abundant, beautiful life on purpose, and speaking your message, whatever that is. Live your art, whatever that is. Whatever it is. Just dig down, get into soul alignment, and really, truly feel into who you are, and let that be seen. Okay, guys, let me see. What else do we have on here? Is it a good time? Thank you, Lucy, for sharing all your comments. Yeah, morning, John, morning, Randy, Ali, Frank. My goodness, a whole bunch of people popped on here. Did I miss any messages? I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, well, if nobody else has anything to ask, thank you everybody who did leave messages, everybody who has shared love and likes on here. I love you guys. As always, if I touched you in any way, if this message has any importance to anybody, to you or to anybody that you might think it should be heard from, please hit the little share button. Help me get the message out there. And as always, stop existing, start living, and I will catch you guys tomorrow with another Conscious Coffee. Bye, everybody.